Oh, he's a good pupper. Oh, he's a good pupper. Woo! Go get it! Go get it! Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Velen, and this is Doggy Talents, a mod that's been around for quite some time, and is actually in modern modding now, too. So, how can I use these skill points to best suit me? Well, we've got all sorts of stuff on here that's absolutely crazy. I'm going to have some recommendations for how to spend your first 15 points or so. Now, I realize that this pupper has 35, but Creeper Sweeper is really good. A dog with this skill will start growling when a creeper comes within 6 blocks per level that you give it. So I recommend 1 level in there, just so that if a creeper comes nearby, you hear your dog growl, you know you need to run, jump, put your shield up, something, because your dog will let you know. I do think that 2 levels in that is really worthwhile, because 12 blocks is avoidable. 1 block is you better have split second reflexes. But anyway, a wolf mount. This is on page 2. Right here, this allows you to ride your dog anywhere at speed. Every level allows your dog to jump higher. To get on your dog, have an empty hand and jump and click on the dog to get on it, which I'll demonstrate this in a moment. But just know that 1 level in this is enough that you can actually ride your dog. But if your dog is smaller than the average size, the middle size, when you get too close to an object, you'll run into a problem. Let's shrink you a little bit. As you can see, they just kind of snuck in there. So in order to mount a wolf mount, you need to jump and right click at the same time on your dog. There we go. So I jumped and I right clicked, and I am now currently riding my dog. And regardless of their size, they will jump the same height. Yes, it looks a little bit silly, but the reason that I like this, you will see in a moment. I'm going to demonstrate a little something here. So currently, I'm not using any of my stamina or anything like that. And if I go into survival, you can actually see at the bottom right there, the dog's like nutrition, hunger meter, all that stuff. So you know that the dog's health is still good. That's the little carrots down there, and that the hunger pops is its nutrition, which is what it uses to replenish stuff slowly over time while, So with the dog being smaller, if I move towards this wall, I start taking damage. This is the problem. So if I take one of these big bones, let's actually hit sneak, and I dismount, make the dog bigger, jump, and right click again to get back on. Now I don't actually do this. So this is the smallest size I would recommend. But if you really want to be thematic about it, you might as well, take a few more of these and make them uber duber, so that when you get on them, 1, it's easier to click on them because they're really big, and 2, it looks a little bit more, appropriate for you to be riding the dog. Though for some reason, the saddle is behind you. I don't know why that's on there. I guess it's just a representation that you can ride the dog. But anyway, there we go. Pushers to the sequel, who runs is now a very slow mount that can only jump 1 high, but still effective. And you can see that the hunger has actually gone down a little bit on my pupper. So I can always give my dog some food. There we go. And their nutrition goes up as you feed them. Otherwise, you'll want to keep that up so that they can heal themselves. If a dog is sitting, let's get this stuff out of here. If a dog is sitting, it will heal itself. And therefore, a good thing, right? If your dog is standing, it will not heal by itself. So if your dog is taking any damage, that's going to be really bad, really, really bad, because you don't want your dog to sit down while you're running away and then you forget your dog or something like that. So another skill point that you're really going to want to get is going to be, where is it here? Quick Healer, right there. I recommend at least 1 point in Quick Healer, so that as your dog walks, if it has saturation, or the hunger pops down on above your health there, it will heal automatically, very slowly, but it will heal automatically over time. So you need at least 1 point in there, in my opinion. Another one that's really good to have is Pillow Paw, but not too many points. It's very tempting. Pillow Paw, it basically every 3 blocks that your dog falls, it will eliminate those for fall damage. So at least 1 or 2 2 points put in there so that your dog will take less damage from any kind of like, if you're riding your dog and you are up a couple blocks high, like let's say you're up here and you jump down, and you fall off a cliff or something like that, your dog is less likely to take damage. At least a couple points in that will take care of most situations, unless of course you're like falling off of really big cliffs or tall trees or something like that. The drawback of Pillow Paw is that when you max out Pillow Paw, it says here immune to fall damage. It's true, and it's also capable of floating when falling. That's the problem, is that it falls so slowly. If you're going really fast on your dog and you jump in the air, suddenly you're going super slow because you get the float effect as you float back down to ground. Now, it can make your jumps further. It can go longer, but I find it to be very annoying myself. But then again, a safe dog is a happy dog. So it's entirely up to you. I just recommend at least a couple points to start. What else would be good with your pupper? I find that you don't want your dog to drown. So you need to teach the dog paddle. You want a swimmer dog. Allows you to ride your dog in water and it to breathe longer underwater. Maxing it allows the rider to see easily underwater, which is just a benefit for you, really. But there you go. At least a point in there so that you can ride your dog in the water. Because if you don't do this, it'll be like a horse in water. You'll have a problem. So now you can ride your pupper out and across deeper parts of the water. And my dog actually just did a shake just there as it came out. That's actually what I was talking about with the water dish over here. Or not really the water dish. It's actually a dog bath. So when you leave your dog on there, they will just constantly keep shaking. And there's other things that you could potentially use, but I will click on pushers here to let you know some of the typical ones that I find really good. And that's going to be Doggy Dash, increases your dog's movement speed while chasing a target and while it is being ridden. Every level grants a 12% increase, and mastering it grants an additional 15% increase. So this is your dog's speed when you're riding it, when it's out in the world. If you are not using your dog as a mount, then you don't need to worry about a lot of the points spent on wolf mount. So you don't even need to worry about that. But it will still help them for attacking enemies and getting out of the way of things. So I recommend at least a point in there to start with. And then Pack Puppy. This one here is really important. Each level gives your dog 3 inventory slots in its Pack Puppy UI or user interface. To open the UI, right-click on your dog while sneaking. At level 5, your dog will also automatically pick up any nearby items if it has space in its inventory. So, for example, you stay there and take a bath. Billy over here is leveled up to max. So if I drop something, let's say I drop a food bowl. Where'd it go? It's not my inventory. Billy auto-picked it up. Billy is like a vacuum cleaner right now. So if I sneak right-click on Billy, he's a pack puppy. He's got it in here. He also picked up some wheat seeds and some other stuff, like there was a multicolored collar that was picked up earlier. You know what, Billy? I think you need your shades and jacket so that you can look a little more complete and badass. Anyway, let's get back over here. Thank you, Billy, for the demonstration. Pushes to the sequel that runs a you could be easily abused. So there are ways that you can, if you really want, you can abuse a little bit of this. And this is what I'm going to show you a little bit on. And I don't know if it's abuse or if it's just ensuring your dog stays fed forever as well as yourself. One is a fisher dog. Whenever your dog enters the water, it may catch a fish, which it will give to you when it shakes itself dry. The chance of catching a fish increases with each level, and any points in Hellhound may cause the fish to be pre-cooked. Mastering this skill lets your dog breathe underwater. So this is really, really good in a lot of different ways. One, it gives you a chance of getting a fish, which I already have one from pushers here, just from it shaking in its bath water, which you can also have it sit in regular water too. But on top of that, if it has any points in Hellhound, which actually, where is Hellhound? There it is. This allows your dog to set things on fire while attacking. Higher the level, the longer the fire lasts. Mastering the skill grants your dog immunity to fire, which actually I find very important, especially if you're going into the nether. Don't take your pupper into the nether without it. But this here gives you like, I don't know, maybe like a 1 in 3 chance of getting cooked fish if you kind of max it out. But if you go back to the Fisher Dog, the other one is it also lets your dog breathe underwater. So therefore you have a better chance of doing stuff here. Look, I've got 4 fish already. Just like that, raw cod. It's always going to be raw cod as far as I'm aware, which you can then cook and stuff like that. But here's the other thing, is that Happy Eater increases the nutrition points your dog gets from food items by 10% per level. So it increases the saturation that you get. It's really, really good. In addition, level 3 lets your dog eat rotten flesh, which is great if you're hunting zombies. Level 5 lets your dog eat fish. Ah, so now you can see, you can have your dog feed itself by taking a bath. Ultimately. And if it's a pack dog, let's give it a point and pack puppy. Then, you know, you can just have your dog store its own food on itself, as well as anything else that you might need, like a stick to access its inventory. Because all you need to do is sneak right click to open its pack puppy inventory, which it gets these little side saddlebags on there. It's really darn cute. And put your dog poo in there. Anyway, there's so much that you can do here. More skills. Let's actually take this stick back. Hold on there, pushers. I need to continue with this. We've got Bed Finder. This one is pretty cool, but I don't know that it's really that useful too early on. It all depends on you and the pack that you're playing. But this is just very unique. Let's put a point in here so you can see how it works. So actually, no, let's have you sit for a second. I'll read it to you. While a dog with this skill is on your head, yes, that's right, on your head, your bed will be highlighted in a black outline. Actually, it's not black, but it will be highlighted. To get the dog on your head, right-click on them with a bone in hand. The range at which it can do this is equal to 200 blocks per level, but becomes infinite at level 5. So, if I have a bone in my hand, and I just click on the dog, my bed highlights, the bed that I've slept in. And yes, I have a waggy puppy tail on top of my head. A giant dog. This is especially good if it's like one of the smaller dogs, but I don't know, it can be really funny if it's a bigger one. Can I click on you from? Let's make you small. There we go. Now I've got a little pupper on my head. So this is one way that you can travel with your dog as well, which I find quite entertaining. I'm just gonna eat this fish, don't mind me. Thank you for the fish. So other things that I could do. Let's see, I can click on you up here. This is great. Pack pelt, or black pelt. This is like a black belt entendre. Anyway, improves critical hit rate. Half a heart for every level, puts an extra heart when you master it. So this gives you an increased chance of doing more damage with your pupper attacks. That's it. And it's good for combat. Take points in it. It's good. Creeper Sweeper, you've already learned the dog will growl when it's nearby. If you master this, it's really good. Really, really good. Your dog will reset the creeper's detonation timer with each attack. So therefore, as it hits a creeper, it then has to start hissing itself over again. And the dog's attacks, if increased in speed and so on, like with Doggy Dash, then it will actually prevent creepers in most cases from ever exploding. Fisher Dog, we already explored. Guard Dog increases the chance that your dog will completely block a physical attack. Very important if you want your dog to live longer in combat. Natural disasters will still, do things. But Happy Eater, we already explored that. Hellhound, we explored that. Hunter Dog. Every level grants a 10% chance to make anything your dog kills drop its loot twice. This is worth a point at some point too, because if your dog is out there killing things and suddenly it's like getting extra loot on bosses and stuff like that, then go for it. It's just giving your dog a looting option. Pack Puppy, we did explore this. Then Pest Fighter inflicts 1 point of damage on all nearby silverfish at random. Increasing the skill level increases the range by 3 blocks. And mastering the skill doubles the damage. So this is like how you can best eliminate any kind of, Jeffries that are out there. Look, you're on my face. Get off here. Anyway, let's go with, what do we got? Pillow Paw, we covered that. Poison Fang, your dog's attacks will poison their target and the poison's duration increases with level. At level 3, your dog becomes immune to poison, and mastering this skill allows you to cleanse yourself of all potion effects, including poison, by right-clicking on your dog with a spider eye at the cost of 30 nutrition points. So this one has a lot to it. It's all based around poison and potion effects being removed. So if you don't have buckets of milk, you can store spider eyes, and as long as you've got dog food, then you could just kind of cleanse yourself of any negative effects but you can also make sure that your dog doesn't, get poisoned by fighting spiders as well. Moving on, puppy eyes. This one's rather interesting. This skill will cause your dog to warm the heart of any villager, prompting the villager to give you presents. Higher levels in the skill increase the quality of the random gifts. This can only be done once every 2 Minecraft days. Mastering the skill allows you to do this once every Minecraft day. So that's even better. You're tickling my nose there. All right, so let's actually make you a bit bigger again. You're just looking really, really cute, but I think I need to... There we go. That's so much better. To get the dog off, by the way, you just kind of sneak right click, and there you go. But let's continue on Pusher to the sequel that runs up. We've got Quick Healer. Actually, I did mention this before. Just a reminder, it basically allows your dog to heal first if you have any points in it while walking, and second, it will just heal faster as you increase this level, which is really, really important. Your dog will take damage, and it's best that you get levels in this. Rescue Dog. If you're at critical health, this is you, not your dog, and a dog with this skill is following you, it will attempt to heal you half a heart per level in this skill at the cost of 100 nutrition points. Mastering this skill reduces the cost to 80. So this is a dog that is basically kind of like a St. Bernard. It's going to be healing you, like the old cartoons. Anyway, Roaring Gale. Use the roaring whistle and unleash your dog's inner roar. It doesn't actually roar. At best, you might hear the bork, and otherwise it'll just sound like a whistle. The duration of the stun effects and damage per roar will increase, and the cooldown time before your dog's next roar will decrease per level. Mastering this skill will set the cooldown time to 40 ticks, 2 seconds, and the effect duration will be set to 70 ticks, 3.5 seconds. What that means is that your dog is supposed to have a stunning effect on mobs. This is very situational and doesn't work quite as well as one might hope. So, and it's required the use of the whistle. I don't find this one to be quite as useful myself because it's very titchy with trying to get it to work. Shepherd Dog. It's time. We're going to be going with at least one shepherd dog level, and I've got that's a wolf. We want a cow over here. Let's do this. We're going to have a cow, and just for fun here, we're going to have you. I don't know what mode you're in. We're going to have you in docile mode. That's perfect. And then I can use my tactical whistle. No, I want my whistle to say shepherd's whistle. So you are now up and about. I'm going to say, I need this cow to come along with me. So can you shepherd them this way, please? Please bring me the cow. Look at this. This is actually really, really cool. I thought just 1 point in here, and your dog will kind of push and shepherd things nearby. That's great. Good pupper. Good pupper. You bring me that cow. Oh, it's such a good job. All right, which you're the size of the cow, so I'm not surprised that you're able to do this. All right, so let's click on you. That's what Shepherd Dog does. But put the shepherd's whistle in your hand, and any trained shepherd dogs in docile mode will rustle up some amount based on level nearby livestock, making it easier to transport livestock long distances. So you can have more cows or more livestock of different types with higher levels. They'll do bigger groups. This is tiring them and cost nourishment points. The cost is reduced with higher levels in the skill. So again, you need to keep your dog fed because they're a working dog at this point. Swimmer Dog, we covered that one. So you can see underwater, and your dog can, breathe longer underwater, as well as it can be ridden underwater, or at least across water. Wolf Mount, we discussed that as well. And that one is just really, really good. It will increase the jump. And here's the thing. You want odd levels. Level 1 is just worth it so you can ride the dog. Level 3 allows you to get up a 2-block height. And then level 5 will allow you to get up 3-block height. So if you only have enough points or something to go in between those, I recommend probably going for level 3 and then using your points elsewhere. So I have, here, pushers, you stay there. You stay there a second. Let me go over here and see if we can find Zoe. There we go, Zoe. She has a lot of points, 60 and 30, and she's maxed out. The levels have not been distributed. She's kind of like empty training, but lots of possibility here. Points left, 120. Well, that's how many points you have total if you've maxed out your dog. You don't get any more than that. Thing is, if you max out all these abilities, there's 300 points worth. So keep in mind that you won't be able to use even half the points in these slots for when you start leveling your dog. And I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you do want to reset your dog, you could always just use the shears on the collar. So let's see, pushers to the sequel that runs we have here a whole bunch of points spent in different places, right? I'll just put a bunch more in all these different places. Oh crap, I didn't want to put them in any of those. My little brother grabbed the keyboard and started like clicking on things. Oh no, what do I do? No, I don't have a little brother. But anyway, you can just use the shears, and you can see there that like stuff popped off, the little packs are gone and stuff. Well, you just need to continue on as you did before. Right click. Oh no, I can't. You need to still give them the training treat to turn them into the proper dog, I believe. Let's see here. All right, come here. Take this. All right, I have to retrain you again. Oh my gosh. All right. Training treats sometimes will be, when you first do this, might take more than one to do it. There we go. So now, when I click on here, they still have the skill points unlocked, but none of them are in any of the levels at this point. So there will be a slight cost to it in the fact that you will have to have made collar shears and potentially use a few regular training treats to get them retamed to you. But otherwise, that is one way of resetting the stats. Just don't click them again after you've done that, or else you will turn them into a wolf, a regular Minecraft wolf. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's actually do not the tactical roaring, stand, heal. No, I want okay. Let's okay. All right, everybody. So I hope you all enjoyed this bit by bit on this crazy, fun, and kind of roleplay-ish mod for Minecraft. If you did enjoy, please be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to, stop by and visit us on Twitch, as well as spread the mischief to others. Till next time, bye.